Hello lovely people, today I'm using deep blues with a soft metallic gold, a combination in this bloom technique that always works beautifully, and I'm going to be showing you my go-to bloom recipe for reliable, consistent sales every time. Look at these peacock sales, aren't they beautiful? Welcome to my channel, I'm Marie-Louise and I love being on this creative journey with you. Thank you so much to all my subscribers and members. It means the world walking by your side. Any questions that you have, always ask in the comments below or contact me on Messenger and I'll do my best to answer. So we've got blue and gold bloom today and we're going to have perfect sales. Now it doesn't mean to say that every single one is perfect. We all have off days and sometimes the paints play up, but this is the most consistent recipe that I've found, which is Australian Floetrol and Amsterdam titanium white. I'm just showing you that because one's covered in paint, so just so you can see it's the genuine article. Don't get it from eBay or anything like that, or Amazon. I would just recommend getting it from Australia direct. I'll put the link in my description below. And this titanium white, there's something about Amsterdam titanium white and oxide black. And what I'm looking for here is a smooth flowing ribbon that melts back into itself within a second or two. So what I do is I get a small honey jar. You can get any jar that you like, but I just find this a nice amount of Floetrol cell activator to keep at any one time. So I mix it up by putting in about 1/3 of the jar of Amsterdam white, just under. And then I shake it up, make sure you shake it up just so you get all the ingredients nicely blended together. And I pour it in, and I'm putting in 4 parts Australian Floetrol to 1 part Amsterdam titanium white. And then I can look in the jar, make sure it's okay. So you can just see that it's just under 3/4. And I give it a good old mix, and it mixes up really nicely. Don't forget to scrape off the paint from all the way around the outside. Comes together so quickly. Make sure it's all in there and really well mixed. And then this is the consistency. It's just like really runny honey. Can you see that? And that is the consistency, same consistency as all my other paints. So rather than showing you with a stick, I'm just going to show you from this perspective. All my other videos I normally show you a stick and show you how it runs off like very warm honey. All my paints are mixed to a single cream consistency, so they move together without overpowering each other. So I'm going to show you today the 4 colours that we're using. So we're going to be using these beautiful blues and a bit of luminous gold. And then we've got my normal black and I've got my cell activator with the white. The black one there, it's got a bit of base paint in, just left over from another pour. And that is Crawford Black and water and a tiny bit of Liquitex gloss pouring medium, which is the recipe for all of my pours. I only put a little amount in and it makes all the difference. Especially when I'm doing commissions for people. I like to get consistent results. So I would just say, you know, if you've tried this, especially if in the UK, you can get Crawford Black. It's the most reliable base paint. Okay, so you can see I'm just layering up the different blues and greens. If you want to know the different colours here, this is iridescent gold. I've got ultramarine blue mixed with a tiny spot of black in that one. And one of the reasons why I put black down is because it pops through and it just adds to the darkness of the blue. I could have put a little bit more black in that blue, but I'm just playing with the colours and you get different results every single time. But I will show you how the black pops through and makes a difference at the end, even though it's at the base paint below. So oftentimes you might see acrylic pour artists using one particular base paint, and I do sometimes, but I just find that you can put as much of a base paint down as you like, and I like to have a darker base paint when I've got these greens and gold because I find that it just really highlights it so nicely, and then the white really brings it out. So this one is Pebbio green blue and the other blue is Pebbio blue green. Now I'm going to put my cell activator right in the middle, and you can see I'm giving it a nice amount. So it's probably about the size of a 2p piece or about 1 inch in diameter. And you can see already it's having a reaction with the paints below. Now, this is the secret bit that's not going to be in the recipe, but it will be in my description below. Can you see a tiny amount of cells there? That is 1 drop of silicone in my green blue paint. Okay, so I'm blowing from the centre out, and the idea is to break up the white cell activator down and out so it's reacting with the different coloured paints below, and you can see peacock cells beginning to emerge. So this is like a really traditional bloom at this stage. And then what I'm doing is, because it's so reliable and it's not splitty cells, because a lot of cells can be very splitty or very melty, you can tilt it a bit. But in a traditional bloom, you just spin it like this, very gently, so it doesn't fly off the spinner. And you can see, look at those cells coming up. Now, what I find by putting 1 drop of silicone oil in one of the paints is it sits underneath and supports the other cell's development. And that's what makes it guaranteed to have good cells every single time. Of course, you're going to get cells with the Australian Floetrol, but it makes them slightly larger, and I find that it really helps the peacock cells develop better. So this is something I've been doing over the last couple of years, and it's not a secret, my recipe. It's just I'm very open about it. I just love sharing my videos and my teaching and seeing other people create. I could do an online course, and people often say, how do I find out? What do I do? And I said, well, just watch the videos and share it and like it and subscribe if you want to support me, or buy me coffee if you like. But I just like sharing it because it brings me joy. And in my own world, I've got my own website, I've got my Facebook page, I'm monetized on YouTube now, but I just do it for the joy of it, because it's just been one of those things that I've gone off piece a little bit, and I've done a bit of resin, which I do every now and then. I do different personal creative projects, like just now doing my kitchen, and I'm repainting a 25-year-old kitchen because there's nothing wrong with the carcasses, and that's going to come out quite soon. Showing you all the resin knobs that I've created to go on the drawers. Oh my god, it's taken quite a while, but it's actually quite easy once you start the process. So what do you think about the cells developing? Can you see underneath, as I leave this now and I use a bit of heat gun, these cells are going to develop more and more. And I'm going to show you at the end exactly how they turned out. And there is only the wet result today. I had to move on quickly, but look at did you just see that? Did you see the pattern on the tin foil? I'm saving that to create a skin to cover something up, and you can use skins for absolutely anything. So how do you create peacock cells and lacing in your acrylic pours? Are you using the bloom technique at the moment? And what do you think of this finished result? Now, in the white there, for me personally, I'd say it's a bit too much white. And so what I'm doing is I'm using a cocktail stick to put a bit of a curve through it and a bit of a swirl. And you can see later on how it develops. It looks really lovely. But you can do whatever you want with your paintings. If you ever look at Venom Fluid Art, they do some amazing things with their swirls. I'll be back in a second to show you the end results. So after my last blast with the heat gun and a couple of swirls, here is the end result. Aren't they so clear? I just love these cells. They're just popping, and you can see the peacock cells are the ones where you've got a colour within a colour within a colour. So it's at least 2 layers. So I'd love to know what you think of this bloom technique today. What do you think of the colours? Which colours would you use? And just share your work with me as always. I love seeing what you're creating. Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. And don't forget that your art is a piece of you. Take care, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.